Hi everyone, Renee here. So I wanted to make a video on a very important topic. Basically, it's going to be about extroversion versus introversion. Now you may be thinking, well, I know about that. But really, as I've been posting videos over time, I've come to realize that a lot of people have stereotypes and confusion about introversion and extroversion in types themselves, not necessarily in the type that they are, but they apply the concept of introversion and extroversion in these other types. And there's just these stereotypes that are basically applied that do not at all apply. And so one thing that I want to discuss today is basically eradicating the myth or the image of the unsocial INFJ or the possibility or the image that an INFJ cannot or can be sociable. What do I mean by that? Okay, well, I have been posting videos lately, and as I have been doing so, a lot of people have been saying, oh, Rena, you're so ENFJ, and you are this or that, and you're too extroverted, and you're too this. Okay, well, as I have been defending myself here and there into these peoples, I realized that there was a misconception because, first of all, what people are failing to realize is that when people are looking into the lives of an INFJ, they're first seeing extroverted feeling. It's impossible to first see introverted intuition of an INFJ outwardly. Why? Because it's introverted intuition. It's an introverted cognitive process. Yes, I may be able to transmit my introverted intuitive thoughts to you through my extroverted feeling cognitive process. But primarily, the world is going to be able to see me through my extroverted feeling. And so I started watching other videos of other INFJs, and you know, some people were, of course, bashing them and saying, you're not INFJ, you're not INFJ, blah, 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 which is ridiculous to begin with, that you are going to bash people on their type. But some of the INFJs would defend themselves, some of them wouldn't. But, so I just wanted to lay down some simple concepts to basically eradicate all of this, okay? So first of all, I wanted to just first of all say that I have with me is a binder that I borrowed from my ENTJ father-in-law. He is certified to administer the test to an MBTI, okay? You have to have your master's in order to administer this test. So obviously, I am not a professional. I do not have my master's, and I cannot give this test. However, for 4 years now, I have been studying this, and this is my passion. So I want you to take trust in the fact that I have had many discussions with my ENTJ father-in-law, and he has emphasized that extroversion versus introversion is all about where you get your energy. It's all about what drains you and what energizes you. That is all. Okay? So this book had defined, and I have my little journal here, but this book had basically defined that introversion is the inner world of concepts and of ideas, and extroversion is the outer world of actions, objects, and persons. Okay, so where you get your energy is obviously what this is all about. So for an INFJ, of course they're going to get their energy primarily through their inner world. Okay, but keep in mind, what is the outer world, everybody else, going to first primarily see of the INFJ when they're looking upon the INFJ? They're going to see the extroverted feeling, because that's the first extroverted cognitive process that the INFJ is showing to the world. It's extroverted, okay? So, I wanted to read to you off of cognitiveprocess.com, basically a brief definition of extroverted feeling. And you can go on there and look up more, but I just briefly wrote down. It said, extroverted feeling is defined as the social graces, such as being polite, being nice, being friendly, being considerate, and being appropriate. Keeping in touch, laughing at jokes with others, trying to get people to act kindly to each other also involves FE. We may ask people what they want or need, or self-disclose to prompt them to talk more about themselves. We may recognize and adhere to shared values, feelings, and social norms to get along. Okay, so keeping in mind all of the definition of extroverted feeling, it has to make me wonder, why then are some INFJs a little bit more, I would have to say, I'm trying to think of a really good way of putting this without causing, I think my introvert thinking is getting in the way here. It just makes me wonder, you know, INFJs get really drained in being in the world, period, and acting through our extroverted feeling. And so we're constantly having to re-energize ourselves, and it just makes me wonder, when we're acting through our extroverted feeling and how greatly we're affected by that. And it says in our profile that we are basically a social butterfly, or we're very popular, but we don't think ourselves to be that way. You know, we have that natural ability to be that way, or it wouldn't be in our profile, okay? So there's obviously something going wrong with people forming this stigma, or this just, you know what I mean, this profile to this INFJ that really isn't what it is. Because I have other INFJs in my life, and they are charismatic, they're enthusiastic, and they are very in tune with people, and they're very dynamic. I mean, they're very in touch with people, and they can be whatever they need to be to the people to reach the people. So the problem of what is happening is too many people are taking the MyersBriggs test without a professional, testing as INFJ, identifying with the introversion, and perhaps the J, okay, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but you kind of know what I mean. And they're really not INFJs, okay? And then people are forming these opinions and labeling INFJs as these wallflowers, basically, that have no social skills, or that have no charismatic abilities, when really we're the cousin type to the ENFJ. The only difference is that we get drained so much easier being around people. And it doesn't mean that because we're introverted and because we have the preferences of introversion, that we do not have the ability to develop more of our extroversion and our extroverted feeling. So my point is, and kind of making that full circle, is that you're seeing a video of me, and what I'm using to make this video primarily is my extroverted feeling. So you're going to be seeing my facial expressions, my body language, everything that I'm using primarily to make this video is my extroverted feeling. So of course you're going to mistaken me as an ENFJ, but you don't see my real life. You don't see those private moments between me and my husband, and you don't see how I get drained at the end of the day after being around people for so long. So please, don't think that just because you're around someone, or that you're around someone who has really great charismatic skills and they're really enthusiastic and they're around people and they're engaging people, it doesn't mean that they're primarily an extrovert. They very may well be an introvert. They're using their extroverted feeling to engage people. That's why INFJs in their profile seem to be a social butterfly. I mean, it says right here in the MyersBriggs type indicator general profile, it says right here that INFJs are generally good at public relations in themselves and have good interpersonal relations. Their friendship circle is likely to be small, deep, and long-standing. And all kinds of people are drawn towards the INFJ. They're usually quite popular, although they may be unaware of it themselves, because they don't place a lot of importance on it. So, we have these abilities, is my point, to appear to be extroverted, okay? We have these abilities to be whatever we want to be. But don't accuse us of being something that we're not. Because INFJs are authentic, genuine people. And it hurts. So don't go around pointing the finger at other people when all you're seeing is just a little snippet of their lives. And when people are submitting videos on YouTube or wherever, they're just sharing a small portion of their life to just share and grow in knowledge of MBTI. That's all. So what is introverted and extroversion? It's where you get your energy. It's an attitude style. Among the letters, among the 4 letters, it's an attitude. That's what they refer it to in the binder. The awesome whatever binder you want to call this. I don't know. I was trying to think of something really silly to say, but I can't say it because I have a headache. But I was really irritated at that. I really was. It's really been bothering me, and I'm really glad I got it out there, you know, because there's just this stigma, just this, like another user had said, you know, people paint other types with this paintbrush, and they just label, and it's not right. And everybody is an individual, but you also have to take in consideration the cognitive processes and what you're seeing of the introverted types, and that you're seeing first their extroverted cognitive process. I'm repeating myself, I'm wrapping up, I am done venting. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great, beautiful day.